Upon awakening in a dungeon, our heroes, Jelltur, the gaunt-looking halfling thief, Alatiel, the striking human cleric of Virilis, Piper, the gregarious tiefling bard, and Scratch, the exotic Katzen monk, discover they're prisoners of the Gold Elf military of Altrun, set to be executed for their crimes. Fate seems to intervene as the castle comes under attack and they are able to escape their bindings and collect their belongings, only to find that some new additions were among them. Magical items that they were somehow already attuned to. As they collect themselves, they prepare to delve into the caverns beneath and see what horrors await them below.
You travel down, probably walking about 200 feet on a slope, and as you walk, you do see this seems to have been roughly carved out, and probably fairly recently. But after about 200 feet down, the path ends in a T-shaped intersection. To the right, or the north, is one path, and to the south, the left, or the south, is the other path.
Well, shall we flip a coin or just pick one?
Did he stop there, or?
Are there any
you already go since you were in front?
Are there like any tracks, like either path that has more tracks leading which way?
Make a survival check.
7.
There's tracks everywhere, man. There's tracks heading north, there's tracks heading south, there's tracks heading back the way you came. In fact, every time you take a step, there's more tracks.
I think it'd be best to find the path least traveled, but I'm having some difficulty here.
I mean, no disrespect, of course, but,
I do.
Haven't you bumped into a wall yet?
I just do fairly well in the dark.
Uh-huh.
Do I get an insight check?
Sure, you can make an insight check.
3. 9.
Jelltur, you have to roll against this.
So, 16.
He's not lying. He does well in the dark.
Well, good for you, short one. Good. Mm-hmm.
Sizes and everything.
Well,
But it is something. It is size, and you are short.
This is true.
Piper just gives Alatiel a look like, really? This is where you're going with this?
We're picking this fight, and we're doing it now?
Whatever floats your boat, my dear. Whatever floats your boat.
So would any of you care to check to see which path is least traveled? I think that
Are
would be
you
the
asking
safest
for
bet.
assistance?
Because we can certainly help you
yes.
out.
Yes, I am. As much as, I don't know about you guys, but I would like to get out of here.
That is the goal, in the end.
I'll do can I do a survival check as well to check these
Yes, you
floors?
Me too?
Yeah, sure. One of you can be assisting the other, so we're not getting like a million people rolling.
I can help you then, because
Alright.
Yeah, I
my
have-
survival.
So that will give you advantage, Alatiel.
16.
16. You see a lot of what look like wheelbarrow tracks going down the north path, and more foot traffic going down the south path.
Ah, so wheels go that way and feet go that way. Take your pick. They're both pretty busy.
Those are probably entail encampment more than anything.
Personally, I like the feet option. They're usually slower.
This is true.
So to the south, then.
To the south, then.
I start walking south.
And
Right.
off we go.
You continue south for about another 150 feet. You come across another, not really a T intersection, this is a crossroads. So there's a path that continues south, one that goes east, and one that goes west. As you look to the east, you see the path continue down and end at a door. As you look to the west, you just see the path, and the same to the south, just path.
So there's a door east.
Correct.
South and west are just pathways.
Well, you can only see the pathways for now.
Yeah.
You know there's a door to the east. You don't know what's to the west or the south.
Which way are the footsteps going?
All directions.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Jesus.
Can I
There we
step
go.
over to the door just to check out if there's light, if there's airflow, that sort of thing?
Make a perception check. Actually, do you want to do it stealthily, or do you want to just walk up to the door?
I should probably do it stealthily. I don't know where I am or what I'm doing.
So first roll stealth.
Stealth.
Which, in scale mail, do you have disadvantage or no?
Scale
I think
mail?
I wear
I don't-
scale mail. It's a medium armor, though. I don't think I lose anything.
I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking.
Let me
'Cause I've never
see
worn scale
real
mail.
quick for you. I
To
don't
be
think
fair,
it's
I've never
scale mail.
worn chainmail or leather armor in real life, but
No,
in a
it
game,
is
I've
scale.
never-
It is scale mail.
It is
Scale mail and half plates are disadvantage.
Is
So
it?
you have disadvantage on your stealth check.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
And
It doesn't say anything on mine, so I wouldn't know.
all heavy armor is just.
It's not heavy, it's medium.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
but
it's
scale
scale
mail
mail
and
It's still-
half plate are medium
and
armor that
all
give you
heavy
disadvantage.
armor.
Yeah.
Oh, and all heavy. Sorry.
That's
Alright,
fine.
I forgot what my other roll was, so bear with me here. So I've got,
I think it's like
One.
12.
and I got a 10 on stealth.
10.
Just
So-
Totally stealth.
Altiel begins to clank, 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 clank.
Uh, Tia. Can I call you Tia?
if you must.
Well, she was going down, so if you would like
I-
to show her up, feel free.
Gladly.
Perhaps you should stand back, darling.
19.
As Piper is like, you're clanking, silently, this almost black shape just moves past you. The fur dark enough that he starts blending in with his surroundings. Silent on his paws. You get to the end of the hallway and you're at the door.
Gonna take a look at the door.
Alright.
It would certainly seem cats do what cats do. They want to go in and they want to go out.
Under my breath, curiosity killed the cat.
But satisfaction brought it back, darling.
We'll see about that one.
Well, with a 6 investigation.
This is a door. You're not familiar with doors, as you did not grow up in a community that used them, but this is definitely a door.
Were we able to see the door from the other end of the hallway?
Yeah, it wasn't very far down. You can... It's probably about 50 feet down the hall.
I wave to have them come on, advance.
I will go over quietly as I can.
Roll a stealth.
I'm just going to stay put, because apparently I clank.
That is a 21 on
Scratch,
stealth.
you're waving over your shoulder like, yeah, come on. And all of a sudden, there's a tiefling right next to you that you didn't even hear coming.
I do not have a proficiency in perception, so no.
I casually make my way to the door.
Are you just walking or stealthing?
I'll stealth.
Alright.
Alright, so
24.
24? The two of you, like, you're looking at him smug, and
Wait.
then Jelltur's right there.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Hold on. I can math.
Did you just figure out your roll by counting on your fingers?
Are you judging me?
Just
A little.
Listen, I don't want to hear nothing from you, Mister. Mister, gotta calculate shit, fucking numbers, whatnot, combat.
I'm already calculating combat. I mean, we have a lot of combat ahead of us. There's combat all over this place.
Oh Jesus, I would like to investigate the door.
yes, can we investigate the door?
You may investigate the door.
19.
You do hear some light breathing behind it,
And
and then a sudden snore.
it seems that the person on the side seems to be asleep.
Then we can go in.
Is the door
Are
locked?
you sure about that? Because, I'm not exactly quiet.
Yes, I
Well-
noticed.
We best prepare for combat just in case.
Is the door locked?
It is not. When you try the door, it is not locked.
Can we open it just a little bit to get a visual on what's inside?
I step back a bit and draw my bow.
Alright. Roll a stealth as you are trying to open this door silently.
7.
7, you turn the handle and you start to open it, and all you hear is.
Ooh.
And then you hear. What? And roll for initiative, please.
Silent as the grave.
Silent as the grave.
Great. Good. Just starting off well.
Lovely, just lovely.
20.
17.
11.
15.
Alright, and JJ, what's your dex?
My dex is +3.
Okay, what is your dex?
17.
Thank you. Just sitting there like, someone else has +3.
No, I was just making sure. Normally goes by the modifier then the number. Find out.
Yeah.
This guy. Alright. So, Scratch. Piper turns the handle and pushes the door, and you just hear this grinding squeak. And you know whatever's in there, it's about to go down. What do you do?
First, I'd like to take a look inside.
Make a perception check.
6.
It's, poorly lit. There's shadows flickering everywhere. There seems to be movement going on, but this is happening very quickly, and your blood's starting to rush. You're getting ready, so you're not really taking in the information.
I quickly go in.
All right. As you go in, you burst through the door, and
I'm not slamming the door open.
How you doing it then?
Well, the door's already partway open. I was
About
thinking I
6
should be able
inches.
to.
She was going. Oh fuck! So it's like the door's open this much, about 6-7 inches wide.
Enough for me to get in.
How skinny are you, dude? 6 inches. That's like I can't get my head through
I
6
open
inches.
it.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm not slamming the door open, like slamming it so
you
it
push it and you
bangs
go
on the other
through.
side. Yeah, I'm just opening the door the rest of the way.
All
I'm
right, so
not messing around with
you
that.
pretty much just push your way through the now open door.
Yeah.
And you are greeted by 6 pairs of giant eyes, flappy ears, green-skinned little creatures that all look up like, what? And you are in a room just full of goblins.
Sup, guys?
As you look around, they all have mining equipment. They have like pickaxes and hammers, and one of them's even pushing a wheelbarrow like as quietly as he can. And then you did that. It's like, so
They're just working.
Who is the one sleeping then?
as you look over, there is a large bed and a huge hairy creature is pulling himself out of the bed and reaching for a maul.
Okay, there's the target.
Yeah, bleary-eyed and just kind of snarling as his hand wraps around it.
I go over and I'm going to punch the one that is waking up.
You just bum rush this guy?
Well, there's no one else. There's no one else there.
The goblins and this guy, you're just bum rushing this guy, is what you're saying. Because they're all in the middle of the room, he's across the room. You're gonna.
So I would have to go through them.
You would have to go through them, or take a couple attacks of opportunity. That's the way this room is laid out. I'll give you the layout.
Okay.
This is some kind of barracks. There are several beds built upon one another like bunks. They are made of flimsy wood and hay wrapped in tattered sheets. The goblins are moving around. They seem to be getting ready for their shift. And the bugbear was all the way across the room in his bunk, which is not a bunk bed. No one sleeps over the bugbear. He's in the bed. And he, like, the door creaked open like that, and they're like, oh shit, he's waking up. And then a cat person jumps in, and it's like, oh shit, this is worse.
I wasn't sure if the goblins were going to just attack us or not.
Well, they would, but you're higher on the initiative order.
I mean, they're just working. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I was like,
seem like we're
maybe
here
they
to
aren't.
offend anybody.
No, just close the door and leave.
Yeah, no, because I was thinking if they're just working, maybe they won't even bother attacking us.
Well, if you want to wait for their turn to see what they do, that's 100% on you.
Yeah, so if I go near, one of them is going to try and attack me.
If you
One of the goblins.
pass through them, you would take an attack of opportunity if they are hostile, which apparently you're unsure of whether or not they're hostile.
Yeah, so do the goblins seem hostile?
Make an insight check against the goblins.
I mean, 19 plus.
With your wisdom, they rolled a 17, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're goblins. They don't like you upworlders.
Have
We're
I
just
seen a lot of
lost.
goblins?
You just saw a bunch of them slaughter the gold elf and then smash the door on the way out. These are the same little beasts. It was dark and creepy, but these are the same little beasts that just ran through your cell.
So, yeah, I will attack the goblins then.
You're gonna attack the first gerblin. Go for the gerblin.
Yeah. That is a 15 to hit.
15, just barely got him. Roll your damage.
Okay. 6.
6. All right. You punch him like right in the schnoz, and his face just caves in a little. Like, no!
What a
And-
sound.
That was me doing a goblin voice.
And then I have my unarmed strike.
Yes. So take your unarmed strike.
13 plus, that'll hit.
That'll hit. It's the same goblin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you put a jab
6 damage.
right. Don't worry about the damage, man. You got this. You put a jab right into his face and crush his nose, so both his hands go up to his face, and, and you see that as his head goes back, his throat's completely open, and you just the claws go right into his throat. You just see a gout of blood as he pulls back in a spray, and this goblin like screaming, and just drops.
Ooh.
So Jelltur, you have watched Scratch literally claw a goblin's throat out. There are 5 more goblins in the room.
Can I see them from outside the door?
The door is now open, so you can see a few of the goblins. You can probably see... Let me roll for how many you can see and they're based on their position. You can see 3 goblins from where you are currently standing.
Alright. Which one's closest to Scratch?
The one on the ground, bleeding out from the throat.
Which one that's not killed is closest to Scratch?
Number 2, I don't fucking know. They're not. They weren't all piled up in a cluster. They were getting ready for work.
Okay. I don't see why we couldn't just close the door, but okay.
Well,
Shoot.
Scratch is now in there, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see why he didn't just close the door back and, you know,
They already saw us.
they heard us. Go close the door and just left.
Intruder!
I go to shoot one with my short bow.
Go ahead, roll to hit.
Let's give you this
They
right
were
here.
kind of like in that stunned shock, like what just happened?
16.
16 hits.
Alright. And his Scratch within 5 feet of them.
Nope.
Alright. He'll take 6 points of piercing damage from my short bow.
All right. So the arrow flies out and just slams this next goblin in the shoulder. And you just hear, "Oh, right, and is that your turn?
Yeah. I bonus action hide on the side of the door.
All right. Roll your stealth.
That will be a 13, sir.
All right.
I feel like I'm the bad person here.
I feel like I'm the bad guy. Well, you don't know what's going on yet. You just came in here, and there's a bunch of creatures that are typically evil. So,
Sitting there
They've
minding
attacked
their
me before.
business, just working. They didn't even attack you in a cell.
well, to be
We
fair,
were in a cell.
they didn't have. Yeah, you were in a cell. They weren't gonna waste their time unlocking you. It's not like you were going anywhere, except you went somewhere. So, Scratch. The bugbear grabs his maul as he approaches you and swings at you mightily with a non-natural 20
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Smacky! And he just
Okay.
yells out, "Kill them!"
Actually, I think I can take a reaction to that.
Because of your special monk abilities.
Yeah, hang on. He has a weapon?
He does have a weapon. He just hit you with it.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Oh, actually, before he hits me,
Before the damage is resolved.
yeah, I can use my reaction to use a key point and increase my AC.
There you go. And you have to roll a die for that, don't you? You increase by however much the
Yeah,
die
I
roll
just
is.
need to see. Equal to my unarmed strike die, so it's a D4.
Yep, so you can increase your AC by D4.
Yep. And I rolled a 3, so it's 21.
Very good. So he goes to strike you with this maul, and you manage to just push it out of the way, and the maul slams into the ground. So that kill him shout he made, it was more anger and frustration than bloodlust at that point. Alatiel, you are up.
One of those goblins has taken damage, hasn't he?
A lot of damage.
Yeah. I still think it's probably a good idea for the healer to stay in the back. So I'm gonna cantrip away.
All right.
With some Toll the Dead right there. Always great fun. The individual in question here has to do a wisdom saving throw.
12.
Does not clear it.
All right. So the spectral form of the Grim Reaper, wielding a silver bell, appears behind this goblin who's just like nursing an arrow wound to the shoulder, and you hear this deep resonating voice go, "Ding-a-ling, bitch!" Bam! Across the back of the head, and the goblin just goes down. For those of you at home, I read the spell, could not fully understand it, and decided that is how it works. On the internet, if you disagree with me, I love this description. It's not changing.
It is the best description of this skill. It's a good thing it's a cantrip. This is going to come up a lot.
He had 1 hit point left, so I'm not even going to make you roll.
I mean, I got him. It was 2.
Hits him with a bell.
Just hits him with a bell.
Yep. Tolls your death.
Alright, is that your turn?
I do like that idea.
That is my turn.
Then Piper, you are up.
About how far away is the bugbear? Because I want to try something fun.
It's probably about 10, 15 feet away from you.
Good. I'm going to try out my lovely new viol and try to use animal friendship.
Make a nature check.
Oh god, we have a Pied Piper.
Probably not. That is an 8.
Yeah, go for it. He's fuzzy. He's cute. Probably an animal. Go for it.
It does say beast, technically.
Yes, it does.
So, he would need to make a wisdom saving throw.
He would if he were a beast. So you start trying to use this magic and twist it around him, and he just looks up at you and goes back to trying to fight Scratch, because you realize a moment too late, oh, right, goblinoid, not beast, goblinoid, right. This is something we would use on like a wolf or a bear, not a sentient creature.
Gotcha.
I mean, bear is in his name.
It is.
As is bug, but you don't cast swarm of insects and get a bunch of bugbears. We're coming!
Oh my god!
You're dumb, Brian. You're stupid. You are the dumb.
No, I love that idea.
You are the dumb.
Swarm of insects and a stampede of bugbears.
Just a stampede of bugbears running down the hill.
It was worth a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. And he just kind of gives you that look and then goes back to trying to fight Scratch.
I guess it's kind of like a pineapple. It has pine and apple, but it's so different.
Is neither.
It is neither of those
pine
things.
cone nor an apple.
It is neither of those things now. Alright. So Piper is standing in the doorway, playing her viol, very diligently trying to get that magic to come out of it. It's just not working. And the goblins all turn their attention. The 4 that remain. And they utter something quickly to each other. How many of you speak goblin? Or goblish? It's gibberish. It's just... And then they scatter. 2 of them go at Piper because she's standing in the frickin' doorway, and 2 of them go for Scratch because he's going after the boss. Alright, so against you, Scratch, we get 22. Damn, that's an effective little bugger.
Yeah, that hits.
And the other one is going to roll a 12. That is not an effective bugger.
That don't hit.
So the first one is going to deal 3 points of slashing damage to you. Precise, not powerful. And the other one is going to miss. And then Piper, that is an 18 to hit you. And that is a 21 to hit you. As 2 blades come in, holy shit. I just rolled Snake Eyes. So that
On
is
what?
a grand total, well, each one's a d6. So that's a grand total of 6 points of slashing damage total to you. They rolled really badly. And that brings us back to the top at Scratch. Scratch, you have a lot of friends around you.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You've got the big friend and you got the 2 little friends.
Well, there are only 2 little friends?
Only 2 little friends on you, 2 little friends on Piper.
And where's our one big
Oh,
friend?
Big friend
I'll
is
hit my-
also on scratch.
I'll hit my big friend here.
You're gonna hit your big friend? Alright, roll to hit your big friend.
Okay, that is 16 to hit.
That'll hit. Your first strike lands home
Deals 5 damage,
for 5 points of damage.
which I guess is actually slashing damage, isn't it?
You can use it either or. If you're using the claws, it's slashing. If you're striking out like a punch, it's a bludgeoning. I'll say you can just go back and forth depending on what you want to do.
Yeah. And my second attack will also hit with a 16,
16 will also hit, yes, because it hit the last time.
and that's 7 damage.
Alright. So it's whack, whack, and he is not looking happy at you as blood is trailing down his face. Jelltur, there are now 2 goblins, a little, not that far away from you, teaming up on Piper.
Alright, I come out of what I suppose was hiding,
Yep, you have advantage to strike them.
and I shoot one of the ones attacking Piper,
Alright, roll to hit.
because they are in the doorway, I believe.
They are in the doorway, yes.
Alright, and
You
I
have
pull up
advantage, so like,
2
that's a
extra
crit.
d20s, yeah. I get to re-roll, but I rolled 2 1s. Shit you not.
Oh my god.
I shit you not. Both dice have 2 1s on them. I'm happy I'm an halfling, but holy shit. I don't want to use these dice anymore. Hold on, put these back in the bag.
Please, no, put them in the oven, please.
Put them in the fuck off
Holy
bag.
shit. Alright,
Another one?
22. No, 22. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
That will hit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm sitting here going, if of all the people for that to happen to, thank God it was the halfling.
Yo, that was so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. Ooh. 16 plus, so 19 points of piercing damage.
There's no goblin anymore. Just the arrow like goes through his chest, and you just see his heart pinned to the wall on the other side. He looks down at the hole in his chest, looks up, and just drops.
And I use my bonus action to hide back against the wall.
Roll your stealth.
18 plus 7.
Yeah, no, that's like came out of the wall, shot his heart into another wall, and then vanished into mist.
Jesus Christ, man, I got something with these dice. Oh my god. 2 1s.
Bugbear's
I didn't think that
turn.
was possible.
You did just beat on him, so he's going to return the favor.
Yep.
That is a 17 to hit you.
But I'm going to use redirecting strike
Alright.
to have him. He has to make an acrobatics check.
I'm pretty sure he failed, but let me check his acrobatics. That's an 8.
Well, it's an opposed, so it's against me. And yeah, I win. So I rush in. I like move in on him, grab his arm as he's swinging down, and I redirect it so it hits one of the goblins.
Oh, poor little gerblin. Poor little gerblin. That's a dead gerblin right there. That's a smushed gerblin right there. So you come in and the hammer just comes down and splat. There's a spray of goblin everywhere. Just a spray. A fine mist, if you would.
You must be careful with those things.
Yeah, they seem a little squirty.
Oh.
I thought he meant them all.
I did.
Now that you managed to kill one of my my monsters on one of their turns, Alatiel, you're up.
You know, hey, Demonette over there, how you feeling?
Demonette.
Demon net.
A little worse for wear, but I'm not down yet.
Would you like some help, or shall I go beat something up?
I think I'll be okay.
Good.
Go
I'm gonna
beat
go
something
toll the dead
You're
on our
having
big
this
friend.
conversation and there's a goblin right there with a sword, like, oh. Oh.
We're having the conversation in
Yes,
Infernal.
sorry,
It's fine.
you don't really scare
He
me.
doesn't know what's going on.
Oh.
He has no idea.
You're still having a conversation in front of him, regardless of what language it is.
It's okay. They had one too.
That's true.
That's true.
Don't worry. We'll shoot you too.
I'm gonna toll the dead again, but this time on our big friend.
What kind of save is that again? That's
Wisdom
a,
save. Somehow
wisdom
thinking
save.
that's not the strongest point for this guy.
It is not, and I rolled a 9, so ding-a-ling, bitch! Roll your damage.
And that is 8 damage.
Right, so boing on the back of his head. Ugh. Turns around to see what hit him. Just a skeletal hand flipping him off as it fades away.
Oh my gosh, this little Skelly is gonna be like our best friend.
Alright, so that
It's
brings
my
us
turn.
to Piper. You've got one little friend on you.
I just shift my grip on my bow, draw my dagger, and just lash out at him.
Alright, roll to hit.
13?
That will actually miss. You slash and he parries the... Yeah, it's starting all over again. You slash out and he parries the dagger with his scimitar and just grins that giant toothy grin. Broken teeth
You
and
know.
fangs.
Oh, darling, you really need a breath mint.
No mint!
Yes, mint.
It's actually the Gerblin's turns. So Gerblin number... Well, that was number 5 that you were going after, so he's going to roll against you with another 18.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a biatch.
This time for 7 points of slashing damage.
Nicole, do you have
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke at 3rd level?
I actually do, so, I will use that.
He makes his dex save. He nat 20s his dex save.
Oh.
Mother...
So
Wow.
he's going
Takes
to take
half
half damage. But this is 2d10, isn't it?
No, it's
3d10?
3rd level for them, I believe. Get the cast
No, no,
It is a 3rd.
2nd level. So it's
Yeah.
3d10, not the second.
Yeah.
So it's 3d10.
Let's be
Oh, it's 3. Shit,
let's be
man.
honest. Even at nat 20, I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to make it.
Unless she rolls
I
all
don't know.
unless she rolls all ones.
I don't hold out high hopes for this guy.
I don't either.
The prophecy almost came true. I rolled 2 1s and an 8.
Oof, that's 10.
So 5 points of damage to him.
He lives! He slashes at you. Ha-ha! Boom! Just fire in the face. Now it's just like blackened face. He's like, aha!
I see.
I see you have boom boom magic. Bye bye! And he will use his nimble escape ability to disengage and run down the hall behind you, shouting, "Intruders! Intruders!" As the other goblin.
Is there only one person blocking him?
I'm still in the hall.
Disengage means no one can take opportunity attacks against you.
Yep,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did.
And he's just,
JJ did the same thing before.
He's just bolting down that hallway.
How far does he get?
Oh, he's got 30 feet down there. Because he used his nimble escape to disengage and as a bonus action. And he just bolted down the hallway. He's like, "Grrr."
Yeah, bolting, right.
But he's still in my range.
What's the range of a short bow?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Other goblin
far.
is going to attack Scratch with a non-nat 20. I'm rolling good with this flaming die.
I want to go with my.
Don't like this
I'm
goblin.
rolling good with my 2 dice and not my.
5 points of slashing damage. This die, let me tell you, this die,
That thing will kill us all.
These dice right here, these are good dice. These dice right here are going to be castrated.
So, Scratch, you are now up as this goblin drives its blade across your back. Ha ha ha!
How's the big guy looking?
Not great. He did just get his bell rung, so
Like, really not great, or just,
he's not looking great.
Alright.
He's huffing,
So-
he's bleeding, his eyes are kind of beady.
Okay, so I will attack him again.
Alright, roll to hit.
This other guy, yes, he's hitting me, but I mean,
The last one you killed using the other guy, so
yeah. That is a 13 to hit.
that will miss.
Okay.
You go to
and
strike
my-
out, and he blocks your strike with his own weapon, and just, ha! 2 can play at that game.
Okay, so my bonus, I will do the unarmed strike,
Alright,
and that'll hit. 18 plus.
that'll hit.
So that's 6 damage.
Oof. He staggers a step, but he manages to, catch himself.
And I'm going to use disarming blow on him. Might as well use this last one on him. So he has to make a strength save.
Ah, alright. Oh. Flaming die, you have failed me. That's an 8.
Yeah, that'll fail. So, he now he drops his weapon at his
Alright.
feet.
So you knock it clean from his hands and it falls to the ground. And now I'm bringing out my golden snitch.
Plus no moss. Do not want.
I almost feel bad for this guy.
You break into his apartment during his nap. You kill all his friends. You make him kill his friends.
I don't think they consider each other friends.
No, they really don't. But I'm
Roommates.
going with the tone. Jelltur, it actually is your turn.
So yeah, the goblin running down the hall.
Yeah. Intruder!
I come out of stealth.
You have advantage to hit him.
Now I'm gonna shoot in the back. Does a 15 hit?
15 just barely hits.
Okay. And he will take 15 points of piercing damage.
Intruder!
I got his mint.
So yeah, with that imagery, it's right in the back of the head, the arrowhead coming right out of his mouth. And then he hits the ground, just burying his face, the arrow tip digging into the ground, pinning him there.
And I rehide.
Roll your stealth.
Oh, that's only 14
You are a
that time.
scary person.
Alright. So is the bugbear's turn.
So, what are actually the mechanics here? Because I have this thing to make him drop his weapon, but I don't actually know what that does to him.
Well, the weapon's now on the ground and he has to recover it, or he's going to do this and just out of rage just go to strike you.
Okay. But, like, what would be the mechanic for him to get his weapon again?
You would have to use a bonus action to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Which... Okay, this is going into die jail.
Let me try to use that again. Why do you
As he
guys
comes
roll
down
like
with his
shit?
fist, completely windmilling and missing you, and smashing the goblin next to him on the head. I rolled a natural 1. So, ladies and gentlemen at home, I have a house rule that if you roll a natural 1 on an attack roll, and you have an ally adjacent, you have to roll again. If you roll under a 10, you hit your ally instead. So, I not only rolled a natural 1, I rolled a second natural 1. So his fist comes down and completely brains this goblin, just killing him outright. Just smushing him down into the dirt. And he just looks and goes, "Oh, fuck, not again."
Blind rage.
So, Alatiel, you're up. And there is one
Got one big mess
heavily
in here.
wounded bugbear standing in the middle of the room.
I mean, at this point, there's really only one thing that seems appropriate.
Making the wisdom roll. 18!
Damn, he actually
This
passed
time
it.
he sees it coming, grabs the arm before.
So now he's just so angry that his wisdom doesn't matter. You can't mess with his mind. He's just like, nope! So, Alatiel, you doing anything else with your turn?
It seems a little silly too. I think I'll just chill.
Alright. So, Piper, you are up.
I'm just gonna give Scratch some inspiration.
Scratch, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Do it,
Yay,
no one can.
Scratch!
Yay, Scratch!
So what is that?
That is a D6.
It's a D6. What can I use it for?
You can use it for an attack, a saving throw, or a skill check within the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
So that brings us to Scratch. Unless you want to do anything with your action, Piper, I apologize. Because Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action.
Nope.
Do you have Vicious Mockery?
No, she does not, actually.
Huh, interesting.
Anyway, Scratch, you are up.
And I will attack him. And that's a 19 plus.
That'll hit, and that will kill, because he had one
Yeah.
hit point left. You hit
Yeah.
him for 6 when he had 7. That's why I went, oof. And then you just put your fist through his head.
Whole box steps down. Oof.
And he collapses. And you find yourselves in this room.
Well, this is a bit of a mess now.
A little bit.
I've seen worse.
Are you still able to do a little bit of healing, dear darling?
Oh, Yeah, I can do that. Come here.
That would be. Goes over.
I'm just gonna use a
to
cure
Alatiel.
wounds. Give me a second here. You get 11 back.
I would like to recover as many arrows as I can.
All right. Yep. You can find your arrows. I mean, you go back down the hallway. He's only 30 feet down the hallway, and you like try to pull that one arrow out, and it just like pulls out of the ground, but the goblin comes with it, and then slowly slides off the shaft.
Gross.
I shake the blood off.
Spatters around, but you wipe it down and get it back.
Alright.
The one with the goblin heart like hanging on it, that one's lost. That one
Gotcha.
it's like in the wall. You try to pull it out, you're gonna shatter that entire shaft.
So I have 19 now.
But hey, there's a goblin heart just perfectly sitting there with just one hole in it.
I take out my dagger and start carve above it. J.
I don't know if you're serious or not.
No, I'm believing this is happening right now.
I mean, she's healing him, so might as well. I'll put one J actually.
Yeah, I'm like, what's your character's name again?
Jelltur.
Okay.
There actually is a J in his name.
Did we hear your last name yet?
Nope.
He has
Okay.
not told you, no. So, what do you guys do?
I say we look around the room.
Alright.
Yeah.
As you
Do I
look
see
around the
anything
room,
else?
make me investigation checks.
Well, that's a nat 1.
20 modified. Not +4.
A 9.
The 20 modified will find what needs to be found.
5.
So,
A
the
9.
3 of you who rolled under 10, you find some mining equipment, some torn leather armor, and it's very easy. Both of you, except for Alatiel, see the very rusted greatsword hanging on the wall. It kind of blends in for you, Alatiel. It's just part of the wall. But you two see like this rusted greatsword just hanging there. Jelltur,
Yeah.
you find underneath the bed of the bugbear a little crate that has 2 bottles in it.
I'll take the bottles.
As you examine them, they are indeed health potions.
Lovely. Guys, I seem to have found some health potions.
Neat.
I go over to Piper and hand her one.
Good idea.
You said you did healing. Who did you heal?
I healed, Piper.
Because on a scale to 1 to 21, I was at a 5.
Yeah, she's at a 16.
I hand scratch the other one.
Thank you.
Assuming you will be in the front lines a lot more, the way you fight. You're gonna need this more than anyone else here.
Except maybe the damage sponge from the battle.
I put it in my bag.
Alright. So you guys have cleared out this room?
No exits.
Besides the one you came through? No. You're in what looks like a barracks. This looks like just a room.
It looks like a bloodbath.
And now it looks like a bloodbath, yeah. It looks like a vampiric day spa. It's a bloodbath.
Well, I guess
Delightful.
it's either we go, what was it, south or west now?
Yep.
Mhm.
We take one of those paths.
I mean, south worked for us before. We can meander along further, I suppose.
Seeing as we don't know which way either one goes, I say we keep going south too then.
Alright. Begin heading south. This passage continues for another 200 feet before splitting into 2 directions. One passage heading east and the other veering southwest.
Well, we went east last time to the door and
That went
See how
swimmingly.
that
met some friends. We met some friends.
Yes, that certainly ended well.
Perhaps we should check the floor again?
I think that would be advantageous. Can we look for footprints?
Make survival check.
I will
Because I am just
also do
good
so.
at that.
I will also make a survival check.
I will provide assistance. I will provide aid
Actually,
to
it's not a-
Scratch.
24.
Oh, never mind, I don't need it.
21.
18. I finally rolled well, and
You see footprints going both directions.
It was worth a shot.
This is a well-traveled area, it seems.
You also see the markings of wheels having been moved through here. A lot of... You did see one goblin with a wheelbarrow before, so...
The tunnel, they dig a tunnel.
It's almost like they had been digging a tunnel. And this area was not part of the original castle where you were starting out. but rather excavated as part of a long and arduous and well-planned out process.
That goblins are so well known for.
Goblins?
Oh, yes, they are so clever.
Ah, yes.
Well,
So which way can
shall
we go
we
again?
try?
Sorry.
East
Southwest
or
or
southwest?
You guys want to continue south? Granted, it does go southeast now, but southwest now, but still south.
Is this going to turn into
Signs
left?
on the walls to look at?
When in doubt, go south.
Yeah.
I'm
In
sorry,
the
Sabrina,
abs-
what did you ask?
I wanted to know, can I check the walls for any signage? Arrows? Something?
Sure. Roll a investigation check.
Is there a glowing exit sign?
That would be super handy. Well, that rolled well. Wait, which one am I guessing?
Honest.
Investigation?
Investigation, yep.
19.
19. You do see arrows. They point in many different directions, and all of them have something written next to them in Goblin.
It was
One
worth
of them
a
actually
try.
points directly up, and you have no idea what that could possibly be pointing to.
I look up.
There is a crude etching of a goblin dick. Apparently, they got ya.
Oh no.
You see, it just, goblins are pranksters.
Goblins are assholes.
They are goblins after all.
You're also wondering how a goblin got up the 10 feet to the ceiling to do that.
They probably stole each other's head.
Two
Just
goblins.
3 goblins in an overcoat just chiseling away at the ceiling.
Someone probably stood on an upside down wheelbarrow.
Makes about as much sense as the rest of this. So let's go to the south.
Alright,
To
so you
the
start
south.
heading southwest. This path slopes downward, and this area, actually, the floor, instead of being as rough-hewn as the rest of it is starting to be smoothed out more. Almost like better quality work is being done here. About 300 feet, and you see that you're coming to an opening where you're probably going to enter a much larger room, which is better lit.
That never bodes well.
No, it never does.
Just to clarify, we did plan on just leaving and not trying to fight stuff.
Yes, and we see how well that worked out for us. By the way, you are an excellent shot.
Thank you. Pride myself on my aim. So we could either keep going to this room, or we could turn back and see what's in the other way.
Either one is a viable option. Mm-hmm.
Well, if we go in there, fully expect to fight.
Potentially. I'm not sneaky, though. Unfortunately, I will not be the one checking that out.
Is it like, inside the room, is it like any, rubble or something I can hide behind?
You don't know yet. You're not close enough. What you're seeing from here is just that there's going to be a large, you can see that change in space.
Gotcha. I'll stealth ahead then.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
That's a 16, so 23.
23. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have beaten it, but I'm gonna double check. That thing will not. So you slip in. You're keeping close to the shadows, and as you find yourself a little nook. That's the first thing you were focusing on. You look up and you see this enormous antechamber, and you are on one side of a chasm. In the center of this antechamber is a wide, deep chasm that you cannot imagine just how far down it goes. There is a pair of suspension bridges. You know how in the old Indiana Jones movies, it's the rope bridge with the wooden planks. One that leads out to this one little outcropping of rock, then it splits so it goes completely across the chasm. But there's a small path that leads to another outcropping of rock to one side. But that's not really what catches your attention. You do see that there's a way across the chasm, there's another area, and there's a pathway that leads out of the chasm across the wall. What really catches your attention, though, is suspended from the ceiling, hanging over the chasm, is a golden dragon, lashed down with ropes and chains, his mouth muzzled and tied, supported on a platform, and two much smaller figures, moving their hands as if directing the dragon. on where to move, how to be moved, almost like they're levitating it down into the right position. And the dragon's eye just slowly opens and locks onto you.
This has been the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Champions of Solane is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set published by Wizards of the Coast. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
This is Jair, also known as Jade, and I play the character of Jelltur.
This is Nicole Summers, and I play Piper.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Scratch.
The part of Alatiel was played by Sabrina. Theme music by Adrian von Ziegler. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website. Detailed information on music used is provided in this episode's description. The music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers, and the episode was edited by Matthew Reed. Contact us on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, or email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com. If you like us and want to support our show, please support us on Patreon at patreon.com/reliablychaotic, or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you for listening. We hope to see you again in our next adventure.